Well, as far as the canola crop around the state, we pretty much look like this. The really heavy freezes have really done a number on it. It's really taken a toll on the above ground portion, which is what we see here. See a lot of brown material. We've heard a lot of growers call and say we're starting to smell the canola. What's wrong with it? Is it going to make it? And that's what we're going to see when we get those really flash, really heavy frosts or freezes, is we're going to get a lot of death of this above ground tissue. If you have a good below ground portion to this crop, you're gonna do better in the winter than if you were to have just a lot of above ground but not a whole lot of root. So the good thing is we had such good fall temperatures, we had good fall moisture, that we got some really good root growth, and this crop is surviving because of that root growth we got. And we see that a crop here, this was a canola crop that was planted in mid-August. So this is probably one of the first canola planted in the state. And we see that it had this tremendous above ground portion. That's all gone, but what we always like to see, that growth point is really tucked up really close to that soil surface. Even though it's in no-till, the residue is kind of compacted down because of that moisture and that rainfall. It's really done nicely to keep that crown really close to the soil surface, which is what we like to see, and that's what we're seeing across the state pretty much right now. We have something here, and it's a above ground portion of something we picked up out of this one. We see a lot of this material is gone. We even see some of the smaller leaves that you know are typically tucked down deep into this growth point. The tips of them have been seared off, and they're all gone. But once again, the bread and butter, or where you look at, is the crown. And if you look here, it's still fleshy. It's got a lot of moisture to it. The above and below ground looks really good. If you look at something that was planted 3 weeks later, we still see, I mean, this was taken not but a quarter mile from here, and we still see that the frost got it, but because all of its vegetative tissue is kind of tucked down in here, we see a lot of green material still. And this is what it'll look like if growers planted 1st of October, middle of October. This is what you're going to see. If you planted real early and you got a lot of above ground growth, this is kind of what you're going to see. Talked to a grower this morning. He started to have a little bolting. So that canola plant going from vegetative to reproductive, that's a concern because once you do that, that growth point has been elevated. But for everybody else that kind of looks like this, if you haven't kind of gone through that stage, everybody else probably should look like this. It's probably going to be okay. All you got to do is take your shovel. For some folks, because it's so dry, that shovel is going to be a little bit tough to get down in the ground. Take the shovel, get the crown out, take your pocket knife, cut it open. You'll see that a majority of plants are still doing really well. Canola College is coming up really early this year. It's a great event for growers. If you're able to, I highly recommend going. Canola College, the January 19th. It doesn't cost anything. Come on out. We'll be glad to get you signed up. But if you can, go ahead and register early and make sure to attend the event. It's going to be a good one.